This is just engagement for the first few minutes and then start the podcast.
Okay. So, Blue Dragons, future Blue Dragons, welcome. Music is mathematics. Music is the space between the notes. And we just did a live drumming in my backyard with people who've always wanted to drum and never thought they'd actually have the opportunity to hold a real drum. So we did cowbell and shakeré and tambourine and djembe, and we had a good old time. And music creates an internal vibration that triggers the immune response. So I want you to dance. I want you to play your music that you listened to in high school, the music that you listened to in college, the music you listened to at your best friend's wedding. That's the music I want you to dance to. So whether it's EDM, which is electronic dance music, or R&B, or whether it's old school, Marvin Gaye, Four Tops, Stevie Wonder, whatever that is, I want you to dance. So I want you to know that my main man is the holistic motivator, Eddie Giles. And he said, we need some quotes, Dr. Love. We need some quotes from you. So I came up with 2 quotes this morning. How you face calamity with equanimity is with Qigong. I'm going to say it again. How you face calamity with equanimity is Qigong. Those are 2 50-cent words. You're going to have to look them up on your own. So I'm not drinking wine, just so you know. I'm drinking beet, celery, carrot juice. And the beets are kind of overpowering the color. But every morning, I drink celery, beet, carrot juice with a touch of ginger and a touch of turmeric. And that's my morning medicine. So, welcome to Ask Dr. Love. My name is George Xavier Love. That's my real name. I didn't change it. I was born with it. That's on my birth certificate. I'm the 5th George Love in my family and the 3rd Dr. Love in my family. And I'm a doctor of Oriental medicine. I'm a licensed acupuncture physician since 1986 here in the state of Florida. So I'm pretty much the grandfather of Chinese medicine in Florida. And I taught acupuncture school for 10 years. And I lecture all over the world on Chinese medicine and Qigong. And Chinese medicine, psychiatry, Tibetan Buddhist psychiatry, and Taoist psychology. So when you go to school to get an acupuncture license in the United States, they don't teach you psychology, and they certainly don't teach you psychiatry. All that was postgraduate for me, and I have many, many teachers that I'm thankful to give me that understanding. So, when love is the answer, what is your question? Welcome to Ask Dr. Love, where you can ask me anything about Asian medicine, herbal medicine, nutritional supplements, food, therapy, and your health. So Eddie will be taking your incoming questions, comments, anything you want to know, you can ask me. There's going to be a future show called Love in the Age of COVID. And we're going to talk about that. Not this show, but in a future show. So we want you to keep listening, keep watching for love in the age of COVID. Now, today we are on the 5th day of our 21 days to wellness. There's 4 levels to the 21 days. Well, obviously, juice feasting is part of it. And juice feasting consists of celery, carrot, beet, ginger, and turmeric, which I just told you is what I'm drinking. When we get to the 8th day, we're going to be drinking this 4 times a day. But right now, we're drinking this twice a day. And we're eating a huge salad. And the salad I made yesterday is indescribable. I can't even tell you the name I came up with because it was so good. We started with a Florida avocado, a huge Florida avocado. Then we had chickpea sprouts, which we've done videos on sprouting, and we had mung bean sprouts. And then we had baby greens. Then we had cherry tomatoes. Then we had red onions. Then we had Kalamata olives. And then we added sweet red and yellow peppers. And then we added something called sweetie drops, which are ancho chilies, which you can only find at Fresh Market. They're the only ones that sell it, unless you buy it online from Amazon, which I did, by the way. And I put all that in this humongous salad. And there were 4 of us for dinner, or lunch, I should say. So the sprouts made it crunchy and chewy, and the avocado made it soft and creamy. And then we're all used to baby leaves, but then I also put beet greens in the salad along with the baby greens. And then the Kalamata olives really set it off. And then I used a sprinkling of curry powder and some sesame oil, and I finished it off with ume plum vinegar. And then I used salad scissors to chop that up. And then I used flatbread made from cassava flour, which I got at Whole Foods, by the way. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So I really outdid myself. And then what I put on the flatbread was collard greens and cashews that I put in a high-speed blender with garlic and olive oil and a touch of soy sauce and a little bit of curry powder. And I made my nut meat pate, which I call the spread the love pesto. And I spread that on the cassava flatbread, and then the chopped salad I put on that, and then rolled it up and then sliced it like sushi. It was so good. I can't even think of a name because I've already used the king salad, the queen salad, and the emperor salad for previous salads that I've done. So food obviously is an integral part of being well. And the second quote of the day is how to find calm under quarantine. How to find your calm under quarantine. And we're going to be doing a live on that sometime in the next few days. So there's a lot of information, and like I said, I've been doing this Qigong for 36 years and the Chinese medicine for 34 years. But I have 42 years as a healer, as a massage therapist, an herbalist, and a yoga teacher. I did yoga for 5 years before I studied Qigong. So to all my yoga teacher fans out there, keep doing your pranayama, keep doing your kundalini breathing, because I'm coming for you. I've got more skill sets to add so you can be your best yoga teacher self.
All right, opening up doors for questions.
So we're going to open up questions. Ask Dr. Love.
All right. Linda asked, "Can I keep my lemon juice and my azaic tea during juice feasting week?"
Can I continue to use my lemon juice and my Essiac tea during my first week? Yes, you can still do that the first week. So the first week, we're doing juicing the first 3 nights. We're already on day 5. So you have to juice twice a day. So your Essiac tea and your lemon juice, you can absolutely do that day 5, 6, and 7.
All right. The Holistic Jedi
All right.
says, "What would be the best physical movement to deal with womb trauma and sexual addiction?"
Okay, did he say WOMB?
WOMB.
Womb trauma.
Womb.
Okay, that's a really good word. I prefer uterine, so slightly more scientific, but womb is good. So it's hard to have womb trauma unless you are pregnant and you get kicked in the stomach while you're pregnant. Vaginal trauma from sexual abuse, sexual assault is a completely different story, but that's not womb trauma. And then the second part of the question was, what exercises can you do
For sexual addiction and womb trauma.
for sexual addiction? Okay. Sexual addiction is not a real addiction, because addiction implies you will lie, cheat, and steal, and possibly murder if you cannot get your fix. And I don't think sex addicts are willing to do that, go that far, not willing to steal and kill to get their fix. So sex addiction is not a real addiction. It is a human drive. And there is a drug, oxytocin, that is secreted when you have sex with the one that you love. It's not transferable. So your oxytocin is secreted when you make love to the man or woman of your dreams, your porn star, so to speak. But you can't take that and then expect a different person to give you that same fix. So what you're really desiring of is a connection, and you're using sex as a heart connection, and that is a craving, that's a desire, that's not an addiction. Now, having clarified all that, what is the exercise? Okay, so it is the same movement that you would use during sex, but you're standing and you're doing this movement and you're breathing, and you would do that movement for 30 minutes twice a day, and that will cure your desire to want to have sex with another person, because the movement is secreting the hormones that are necessary to satisfy your desire.
All right. Alert me when the question's over. How important is glutathione? I don't know how it's pronounced.
Glutathione?
Glutathione, and how can we boost it?
How important is glutathione? Okay, glutathione is a chemical that we secrete that actually prevents stress. So the more glutathione we take in, the better it is. Now, you'd have to eat a whole lot of different foods to get enough glutathione. So therefore, we take glutathione supplements. Ask him what brand he's using.
Well, Samuel can hear you.
Okay,
What
so
brand are you
what
using?
brand are you using of glutathione?
Well, no answer yet.
No answer. Okay. So we are open for telemedicine. Um, I love live because it's different, it's spontaneous, it's unscripted. We don't know what's going to actually happen. But if you have serious medical questions for you or a family member, contact me offline and we'll set up a consultation. And so we do a Zoom one-on-one consultation, and then we can do a couple of follow-ups by email. That way, you get started on a healing process. And we can use self-massage, we can use ear magnets, we can use herbs. We have a number of tools at our disposal to help you clear any number of issues, such as lose weight, stop smoking, diabetic complications, breast health, prostate health, pancreatic health, liver problems, kidney problems, respiratory issues, heart disease, you name it, any of the chronic and degenerative diseases, we can assist you by guiding you through a self-empowerment program.
What would you recommend for a chronic cough with a lot of phlegm?
Okay, chronic cough with a lot of phlegm. There is a program called, an herbal formula called Great White Clearing. It is a traditional formula for copious sputum so that we can clear the lungs. Coughing is a self-healing mechanism to clear the airways. So the mucus that's coating the airway needs to be cleared, and that particular formula is what we use.
On Instagram, a question says, what is the best way to lower your insulin?
Insulin.
I thought it was insulin. Yeah, that's what I thought. Naturally, or trying to lose fat? Better yet, what herb should I use to lose fat?
Okay. So fat is a self-protective mechanism against your crazy dietary ups and downs. So when you eat foods and you don't burn the fuel, then it gets converted to fat and then gets stored, typically around the belly, the thighs, and the butt. But then your brain can hold 8 pounds of fat, your liver can hold 8 pounds of fat. So there's any number of possibilities where your body will store fat. So you're wanting to get rid of the fat, you have to increase your metabolism to burn fat for fuel. Now here's the first problem. Fat and toxins bind together. So wherever you have stored fat, you also have stored toxins. So we have to use thermogenesis. That means we have to generate heat. We have to speed up the metabolism in order to burn the stored fat for fuel. But then we have to up our intake in water, so when we actually burn the fat, the toxins don't flood the system. So you need the water to dilute the toxins so the kidneys can then process the toxins out. So, point one, you have to cut your intake so you don't continue to store fat. And then number two, you have to increase your output. Now, a lot of people think, well, if I run, if I lift weights, if I do strenuous exercises, and I'm here to tell you, I did all of those things. From the time I was 8 till the time I was 28, I was consistently 30 to 40 pounds overweight. And over that 20-year period, I did every diet trick in the book you could think of to try to lose weight. And what worked for me was breathing and meditation and mild exercise, not strenuous exercise. So you have to modulate. It's all trial and error. There is no, this is the one way, because that works for some people, but not all. And I've been involved with tons of weight loss products. They don't all work, and the ones that do work only work for about 4 or 5 months. They don't work forever. So it's a constant 2-week experiment on yourself to see what works. And so therefore we have to modulate our intake and our output. And since I've got 42 years experience, call me, we'll set up an appointment to help you burn the fat.
Can you repeat the herb for the phlegm?
I cannot repeat it. I cannot repeat it because it's in Chinese and you won't be able to get it.
You have to call.
You have to contact me in order to get that formula.
All right, got you. So contact Dr. Love. All right, I'm not seeing any more questions. You can go ahead and talk about the 21 day. It's day 5 of the 21 day to wellness program.
So in day 5, we're juicing twice a day. We're making a salad. I already told you what the salad is going to be. Now, day 5 of the physical, which is the Qigong, we're learning swing arms and we're learning meridian flow. So if you're already a member of the Boost Your Immune System online Qigong class, you already know those 2 exercises. So we will post the swing arms, the limp swing, and the meridian flow. We'll post those someplace where you can identify them. So those are the first 2 that you're going to learn the week. Then emotionally, there's a questionnaire. So how do you obtain this questionnaire? You're going to have to go to 21days2wellness.com. That's the numbers 21days2wellness.com. Now, as of this exact moment, that questionnaire is not there yet. We've been inundated with requests and writing furiously and making PDFs and editing videos. But it will be up by tomorrow. So,
One more question.
Okay.
How do you clear cough for kids under 4?
How do you clear a cough for kids under 4? You don't want to clear a cough. You want kids to be able to cough. Coughing is a self-protective mechanism to clear the airways. Okay? You want kids to cough. If they don't cough, what happens? The airways close up. So now, what you could do is make a big pot of water, put some eucalyptus and peppermint in the water, and let it steam. You could get a humidifier. There's any number of ways, if it's a dry cough, that you can use to help them breathe better. But we don't want to stop kids from coughing. Contrary to medical opinion, coughing is a self-protective mechanism.
That concludes all the questions.
Okay.
Best herbs for asthma.
Aha. So there's allergic asthma, there's an emotional asthma, and there's weak lung asthma. So it's a very Western mindset. What is the herb for my problem? What's the herb for asthma? You have to do a diagnosis. And that diagnosis can only be done over the phone with me, so I can determine A, what type of asthma you have, and B, what formulation is specific to you, and C, what breathing exercises you need to deal with the asthma. Okay? It all depends upon your internal condition as to what herb, what food, what exercise. It's not the herb for the asthma.
All right, so we're going to close off the questions panel. If you have any questions, you got to come back tomorrow to ask them. It's okay with you?
Yes, or you can contact me offline and make an appointment for telemedicine consultation.
All right, and that's actually in the Dr. Chi Love Facebook page, on the Instagram link in his bio. If you have specific question about how do you heal your knee, have specific questions how to I see somebody has a question, what can you do for cataracts? You need to contact him.
There's no
specific thing
for cataracts
without diagnosis.
Right.
So, Dr. Love, what is your final message?
My final message is we're going to be done May 1st. We're having a Bustin' Loose party on May 1st. But I cannot give you the location unless you're a member of lovechigong.com. So you got to go to lovechigong.com, join the tribe. Then you have to go to 21 Days to Wellness, and anybody who does at least 14 of the 21 days will be invited to the Bustin' Loose party May 1st. So that location will be kept secret until the last minute, and it's only for members of our group. You can't invite your family and friends to our Bustin' Loose party. So my final message is your health is in your hands. Prevention is the only cure, and you've got to breathe well to be well. Thank you.